भागवत निर्मल महापुराण सुख मोक्ष विगलित निगम कल्प फल परमानंद सुधारसमय फल
परमानंद सुधारसमय फल
लीला रति रस रस निधान की
लीला रति रस रस निधान की
आरती आरती अति पावन पुराण की
आरती अति पावन पुराण की
धर्म भक्ति ज्ञान भान की
धर्म भक्ति ज्ञान दान की
कलिमल मथनि त्रिताप निवारिणी
कलिमल मथनि त्रिताप निवारिणी
जन्म मृत्युमय भव भयहारिणी
जन्म मृत्युमय भव भयहारिणी
सेवक सतत सकल सुखकारिणी
सेवक सतत सकल सुखकारिणी
सुमहौषधि हरि चरित गान की
सुमहौषधि हरि चरित गान की
नारद अति पावन पुराण की
आरती अति पावन पुराण की
आरती अति पावन पुराण की
आरती अति पावन पुराण की
धर्म भक्ति ज्ञान पान की
धर्म भक्ति ज्ञान गान की
आरती अति पावन पुराण की
आरती अति पावन पुराण की
विषय विलास विमोह विनाशिनी
विषय विलास विमोह विनाशिनी
विमल विराग विवेक विकाशिनी
विमल विराग विवेक विनाशिनी
भागवत तत्पर अस्य प्रकाशिनी
भागवत तत्पर प्रकाशिनी
भागवत तत्पर अस्य प्रकाशिनी
भागवत तत्पर अस्य प्रकाशिनी
परम ज्योति परमात्मा ज्ञान को
परम ज्योति परमात्मा ज्ञान की
आरती अति पावन पुराण की रसिक हृदय रस रास विलासिनी
रसिक हृदय रस रास विलासिनी
भुक्ति मुक्ति रति प्रेम सुदासिनी
भुक्ति मुक्ति रति प्रेम सुदासिनी
कथा किंचन प्रिय सुजानकी
कथा प्रिय सुजानकी
कथा किंचन प्रिय सुजानकी
कथा प्रिय सुजानकी
आरती अति पावन पुराण की
आरती अति पावन पुराण की
धर्म भक्ति ज्ञान आरती अति पावन पुराण की
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 सच्चिदानंद रूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादि हेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्री कृष्णाय वयं नुमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणत क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासाय रूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः वन्दे व्याससुतं देवं शिवरूपं महामुनिं केवलं ह्यनुकम्पार्थं भागवत प्रचारकं भागवत प्रचारकम् हरि ओम प्लीज ऑल सिट भागवत सुमिरन रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि सदन वारन बदन सुमिरो बारंबार मदन कदन के लाल को गणपति कृपा निधान ज्ञान खानी आनंद भवन देव मोहि वरदान वरनो भाषा भागवत जय शिव आनंद कंद भूतनाथ भव भय हरन भक्ति वशय निर्बंध चंद्र मुकुंद ब्रजभूषण दूषण हरण काकहु भव भय कंद चरण शरण ली आन करा जय 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 जगदीश सेवत शेष महेश अज महिमा अति अभेव वेद भेद जानत नहीं देहु मोहि वरदान राधा वर यह वर सदा प्रेम भरी मुस्कान नित्य चित में कथ की रही मोहि चाहिए कुछ नहीं और वस्तु प्रभु जगत की बसी रहे मन माही यह बाकी झांकी सदा लिए कर सुनिया गायन के पीछे फिरत ग्वाल बाल लिए साथ मोर मुकुट सिर पर धरे कर मुरली उर्माल शीश मुकुट कटि पीत पर या छवि सोनंद लाल बसहु हृदय मम निशि दिवस गुरुपद रज धर शीश कहो भागवत की कथा जो सुख देव मुनीश कही परीक्षित नृपति सो कही परीक्षित नृपति सो कही परीक्षित नृपति सो। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Okay, let me welcome all of you to this Bhagavad Puran Yajna, which we are having after maybe 20 years or so. Srimad Bhagavatam is perhaps after the Ramcharitmanas the most popular text we can. Between the two, we really don't know also. Here in Trinidad also we don't know because we grew up hearing Bhagavad only everywhere. There used to be Bhagavad all over. We used to, and when somebody was going satsang in the evening, then you ask, where are you going? I go in Bhagavad. And then later on that changed to, I go in Ramayana. Like that. So, Bhagavad Katha has this, or Bhagavad Puran Yajna has this very great tradition here in Trinidad and in Bharat also. And it involves several steps. So in the morning you saw there was that Pothi Yatra. Pothi Yatra means Bhagavad is brought in and kept on the altar for the duration of the whole 7 days. And why this Pothi Yatra is important, you know? Because we know the very famous, which we will sing at the end, very famous Bhagavad Aarti. Jai Bhagavat Bhagavan ki hai Aarti. We will be doing this Aarti which we did here in the beginning and that Aarti at the end, two different Aartis. So in that first line itself, Bhagavat is considered to be Bhagwan. Bhagavat is not a text. Bhagavat is not a book. Bhagavat is Bhagwan. So Bhagwan, see, you all know in the very famous story of the disrobing of Draupadi, you know that, no? That time, Bhagwan Shri Krishna came there and he took Vastra avatar. Vastra avatar means he took the form of that clothing of Draupadi. And so when they went on pulling, Bhagwan is infinite. When the clothing will finish? Infinite. So he took avatar as Vastra, clothing. And so Bhagwan takes avatar in so many ways. Matsya avatar, Kurma avatar, like that, Narasimha avatar, you know. So any form, any rupa, any nama, Bhagwan takes countless avatar. And so Bhagwan has taken this avatar of Bhagavatam. This is how, in how high esteem this tradition has held Bhagavat. And therefore the Aarti says, Jai Bhagavata Bhagavan ki hai Aarti. Bhagwan, Bhagavat. Like Bhagwan Vishnu, Bhagwan Narayan, Bhagwan Shiva, Bhagwan, like this we say, no? Bhagwan Ram. So Bhagwan Bhagavat. So Bhagwan is brought in that procession, just like when we are installing Bhagwan in a temple, we take a procession, carry the Lord here, everywhere, and then we install the Lord in that temple. So here, in the very same way, we do that Pothi Yatra, we bring that, and not merely a Pothi means a Shastra, it is Bhagwan himself who we have brought, because the whole tradition holds the Bhagavat to be very incarnation of Bhagwan. So it involves this thing. And in the Bhagavat itself, in Bhagavat Mahatmyam itself is described there all the various things that have to be done for Bhagavat Yajna in long detail. Therefore you'll see on one of the previous days, a couple of weeks ago, we walked, Bihariji and I and all, we walked the street all the way like this and invited everybody. That also is there in Bhagavatam, to go and invite everybody. So the Bhagavat gives great detail, and in 7 days, this whole Katha is given 3 times a day, because the great Parikshit Maharaj received this Mukti Shastra in 7 days. Bhagwan incarnated as this Mukti Shastra. It is the only Shastra which, it is the only scripture which guarantees Mukti in 7 days, and proven by Parikshit Maharaj. So, the Shastra is given such a high place, such an elevated place in this Hindu tradition. So this is why we do what all things you're seeing being done, and has to be done 3 times a day, because Shukadev Maharaj was giving this to Parikshit Maharaj 3 times a day for 7 days. And all, of course, you all will be knowing the story. Finally, at the end, he attained Mukti. And so, when the Takshak came to bite him, well, for a Mukta Purusha, let Takshak bite, let ants bite, let anything bite. It doesn't matter. For Mukta Purusha, for one who is enlightened. So, the Bhagavad Shastra is designed to bring Mukti in 7 days. And there also, in the Bhagavad Mahatmyam, all the various rules are given. When we come here, it says there, we should come with great love, great bhav. And so Parikshit Maharaj was the one who listened, right? And he listened with great love. And see, this is a wonderful thing. Human beings seem only to be pushed by fear. He was fearing death, because he's going to die in 7 days. And this is a great example of where even fear can drive one to mukti. And so on and on the rishis tell that fearing a return to samsara, to come and go through the whole cycle again and again and again, we should pursue the path of mukti. So, see, that is why it is said, people who live in our type of countries like this, where everything what is easy, and every day everything becoming more and more easy. Human beings like everything easy. And if anybody can come up with any invention to make things more easy, well, better. Like that. Just now I went to some temple and they said, come do satsang. I said, okay, take care, I'll come. I asked, you have a tabla player there? They said, no, Swamiji, we have a machine. They have a machine playing tabla. You just put on which tala you want. Which tal, and like anything, and then now I have to get ready here. And I have to wait for the tal and join in. So how that goes, the world goes upside down, you see. That usually I will start and the tabla player will join in. Now he starts, I have to join in. But the world is made easier and easier every day. Anybody who can come up with an invention to make anything easy, he makes the most money. Like that. This is the type of world we are living in. So we like this world, everything easy. And as we live life, we realize that, oh, even though I have all the easy comforts and all the various things around me, like for example, now, you know, our forefathers, they used to sit in little, what they used to call kutia, made out of mud and all of that. And they didn't have all the comforts. Nowadays, we have to have this comfort and convenience and everything easy. So now everybody's sitting in a nice, what do you call, air-conditioned hall. The human being likes this. But in spite of having all the comforts, all the amenities, everything, running water, they used to have to go to full water. I remember such distances to get water. Now in spite of everything, the human being is still miserable. He's comfortably suffering. What a thing. This is our condition. So fearing a return to this samsara which has no solution. There is no solution from within samsara. There is no solution in the samsara itself. The only solution is to come out from the samsara. And to come out from the samsara means to gain mukti. Because in the samsara is such that when you replace one solution, you see you have a problem A, and you get the solution B. You get B now. You move from A and you go to B. Like for example, people, they find problem in Trinidad. So what the solution is? Go to US. So you go to US. Now, another set of problems. So people who live in the US, they're happier than people in Trinidad? No. There is no such thing. Look here, in Trinidad, if you are driving down the street there, this way, and another man is coming this way, the two cars stop in the middle of the road and they have a discussion there and block the traffic. They do. You park anywhere, stop anywhere, do whatever you do. And then when you go to America, if you park on the street, you have to go and look for a machine to pay. And people complain, everything in this country is a pay. So I'm saying that in this samsara, there is no solution from within the samsara. What has to happen? One has to come out from this whole chakra, from this whole cycle of birth and death. Because anything that we do is just a replacement of, in Trinidad long ago, they used to say, we replace khaki pants with blue dog pants. You replace khaki pants with blue dog pants, so then what? Nothing has happened. So please remember, this thing is called as Mukti Shastra, this is Bhagavatam. And in the Bhagavatam, it says, when we come here, come with the right power, with all love, and having desire in the mind. It tells long passage, Sutaji gives, what all durgunas and all different type of bhav I should drop, I should relinquish when coming to listen to Bhagavad Katha. Leave all things and become immersed in the Bhagavad Puran and the Katha that is given. Now, the etymology of this Bhagavad Katha, this Bhagavad itself, word. Bhagavad has several meanings. The Bhagavat's word has several meanings. One meaning is, Bhagavad I just told you, it means Bhagavan only. Bhagavata means Bhagavan. Bhagavata second meaning also means a devotee of Bhagavan, a devotee of the Lord. So anybody who has become a devotee of the Lord and is concerned with the Lord alone, is concerned with nothing else, a true devotee of the Lord who has, we see, Naradji will go the whole world only chanting the name of Bhagavan. Narad will not go on chanting any other thing and singing some other type of song. He only sings Narayana, Narayana, Narayan, all the time, wherever he goes. So one who is a true devotee of the Lord in body, speech and mind. Kaya Vang Mana. Body, speech and mind. That one who is a devotee of Bhagavan. Means his body does what the Lord wants. His speech speaks about the Lord and his mind thinks about the Lord. That person is also called as Bhagavata. Bhagavata. And Bhagavata also means a good, nice boat to take us to Bhagwan. A means to Bhagwan. And a good, nice boat. Bha means to shine. Ga means to go. Bha in Sanskrit, the root, bha, if you see that dhatu, it means to shine. And ga means to go. And vata means a nice steady boat. So a nice steady shining boat that takes me to Paramatma. Bhagavata. It means the most perfect means to take me to the Lord is this Bhagavata. And then see, I told, if it is the Lord himself, Bhagavata is incarnation of Bhagwan only, so it is the Lord who himself is taking me to him. He has incarnated as Bhagavatam to take me to him. Like that. So the Lord has incarnated as the boat to take me to himself. That is why we say, Prabhu, I really cannot do it. You have to take me. I really cannot come to you. You please take me. Tum dhoondo mujhe gopal mein khoi gaiya teri. The bhajan says, I am your lost cow, you know. I am lost in the wilderness of the samsara and I cannot come to you by myself. You please come and look for me. It is such a good thing to be able to surrender. So in the name Bhagavata, the name itself is indicating this, that Bhagavan himself has incarnated as the most shining, exemplary boat to take me to him. Or to take me, he is a strong, steady boat to take me to that shining reality, which is the Lord. So he has done it, and all I have to do is, see, if the mother cat is trying to take up the kitten like this, and the kitten is resisting and struggling, would that mother be able to save that cat? Would that mother be able to save that kitten? No. The kitten just has to surrender and leave the mother to do her work. So before Bhagwan, we have to surrender and let him do his work. This is the etymology of this Bhagavata. Inside the etymology is a great call to surrender to the Lord and let him pull me. Therefore, see, there's one more thing there. Therefore, the name or the Lord who is worshipped through this Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna. Because Bhagavan Shri Krishna's name means the one who attracts. So everything here is in Bhagavat lined up in this way. It is pulling the devotee to the Lord. Krishna's name is Akarshanat iti. Krishna is called as Krishna because he attracts. He is pulling like a magnet. And the devotee is doing what? He is resisting like aluminum. Because when the magnet is put to aluminum, nothing happens. When the magnet is put towards steel, so I have to make myself a solid devotee like steel. So the Lord's Bhagavatam and the Lord himself will pull me to him. That type of devotee is pulled to the Lord. So it's no wonder that Lord Krishna is the form, that Nama Rupa, that is worshipped in this Bhagavatam. Because his name itself means to attract. And the Bhagavata name itself means a boat to take me to Bhagavan. Like all of that. Huh? Now how this Bhagavat started, the origin of this Bhagavatam. I will tell that a little bit. Today all introduction, things you may not, some of you will be knowing of course. Some of you may not know. Bhagavatam was given first, when the whole universe manifests. First, Bhagavan Vishnu manifests. And from Bhagavan Vishnu's navel comes out Brahmaji. All this is there in Puranas and all. So in the moment Bhagavan Brahmaji came out, that time Bhagavan Vishnu gave Bhagavatam to him. And he gave only in 4 verses. Chatushloki Bhagavat, which is included in this Bhagavatam in the second canto. You will see that later on. Bhagavan Vishnu, the moment Brahmaji manifested, Bhagavan Vishnu gave the Bhagavatam to Brahmaji. That time, in 4 shlokas. Then, Brahmaji had a mind-born son, whose name is Narad. You know that. Brahmaji had many mind-born sons. Huh? Brahmaji's son, who is Narad, is called as Manasaputra. And later on, mind-born again, the Sanat Kumar. Sanatana, Sanandana, Sanaka, and Sanata Kumar. These are all mind-born children of Brahmaji. What is mind-born? Brahmaji's power is such, he only had to think. Manasaputra, I think only, and that son is born. So Narad came, and Brahmaji gave this 4 shlokas to Naradji, his first mind-born son. Then Vedvyas was living at the time. Now this is a long story. Vedvyasji was living at the time, and Vedvyasji had compiled all the knowledge of the Vedas and all of that sort of thing. And Vedvyasji, after doing all this type of work, not at the time, later on, sometime after, Vedvyasji compiled all the Vedas and all the Upavedas and all the various things, you know that, all the Brahma Sutras and all, he created everything. And then, at the end of all his creation and all, Vedvyasji found that I'm still not satisfied. Yeah, so this some time had elapsed. Vedvyasji found, I'm not satisfied. And then what? He sat in dejection. And Naradji was passing one day and told, oh, great Vyasa, you have done such great work. You have compiled all the Vedas, written Brahma Sutras, and you have written Mahabharata, all so many things you have done. Then why are you looking dejected? And he said, I don't know, even after doing all of these monumental work and all, I still feel a sense of not being fulfilled. No sense of fulfillment has come to me. Incomplete, I feel. And Naradji was the one now who told to Vedvyasji, oh, then what you should do is you should compose Bhagavatam. And it's Naradji who gave these 4 verses to Vedvyasji. Narad gave 4 verses to Vedvyasji, and Vedvyasji now elaborated these 4 verses into 18,000 verses. So the Bhagavatam came like this. Vedvyasji, so that is the spirit of Vedvyasji, you know, he's like that only. Vedvyasji wrote Mahabharata with 100,000 verses. So what is 18,000 verses for him? It's like nothing. He only he has to pick up his pen, and by the time he does like that, 18,000 finish. So Vedvyasji elaborated those 4 verses into this whole big Bhagavad Mahapuran. And it is like Bhagavan himself flowing through the pen of Vedvyasji to incarnate on the pages of Bhagavad, like that. Now, Vedvyasji thought, oh, well, I did the composition, I elaborated, so he is the author. But a Shastra that has an author is good after the author writes. What is more important is to have a pracharak, kathakar, So, which Kathakar he'll have? Who will go and spread it? Because if Ved Vyasi writes, composes and keeps it on his shelf, who will know about Bhagavad? So nobody will know. So the proper Kathakar is required. Proper Pracharak is required. One who can go and give pravachan on this Bhagavad. And Ved Vyasji meditated on Lord Shiva. And therefore we chanted in the beginning. I'll chant it again. Ved Vyasji meditated on Lord Shiva. And to that Ved Vyasji was born the great Shukadev. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Jai 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 Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Vande Vyasa Sutam Devam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Shiva Rupa Mahamunim.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Shiva Rupa Mahamunim.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Kevalam Yupakam Partham.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Kevalam Yupakam Partham.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Kevalam Yanukam Partham.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Bhagavata Pracharakam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Bhagavata Pracharakam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Bhagavata Pracharakam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Ved Vyasji said, this, and one more thing I'll tell you. This is not Shastrik. This is not in Shastras. This is not there in the Bhagavatam itself. This comes by tradition. There are so many things that come by tradition. So Ved Vyasji meditated on Lord Shiva, and to that Ved Vyasji was born a son, Shukadev. Well, this was a very peculiar son. Shukadev was a very peculiar son. Shukadev stayed in his mother's womb for 9 months. And then everybody expected the boy to be born. Well, he was not born. He stayed in the mother's womb 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, so many years. Bhagavatam. I will tell you the Bhagavatam. And if you listen to this Bhagavatam, in the womb itself, you will get mukti. And so when you get mukti there and you come out in this world now, Maya will not be able to touch you even with a rod. And Ved Vyasji now taught the whole Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses, to his son Shukadev while he was in the womb itself. And then Shukadev came out from the womb finally after 12 years. In some tradition, it is said after 16 years. If you grow up in Gujarat and Maharashtra and those places, they say 16 years. If you grew up in North, well, of course, in different kalpa that would happen like that. Once he came out at 12 years. Another time he came out at 16 years. And when he came out from the womb now, Shukadev walked away. He watched Ved Vyasji and he watched his mother and he said, "Adios, hasta la vista." Goodbye. And Ved Vyasji, even a great sage like the great Ved Vyasji, was disturbed by the departure of his son. And this verse here says, therefore the verse says, Vande Vyasa Sutam Devam. Salutations to that Vyasa Sutta. Vyasa Sutta means Shukadev. Vande Vyasa Sutam Devam. Shiva Rupam Mahamunim. He is Shiva Rupa. Only Bhagavan Shiva had come there. And why Ved Vyasji had this? Because if I did the composition, who will do the prachar? And so meditating on Lord Shiva, this whole thing unfolded. The son came. And therefore the tradition holds him to be incarnation of Lord Shiva. And this seems to be the trend also, because it is Bhagavan Ved Vyasji who gave the Brahma Sutras. Bhagavan Ved Vyasji composed the Brahma Sutras, and it is Bhagavan Shankaracharya. So what you have, Bhagavan Ved Vyasji himself, an amsha of Lord Vishnu, and then Bhagavan Shankaracharya, incarnation of Lord Shiva, he comes to explain the Brahma Sutras. So it happens like this all the time, that Bhagavan Vishnu gives the Shastra and Bhagavan Shiva is doing the work of spreading the Shastra. And you know why? Because it's like this. Bhagavan Shiva is called as Ashutosh. And let me tell you this thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is, Bhagavan Vishnu all the time, in his amsha, his avatar, he's giving the Shastra. But just giving it. And Bhagavan Shiva in his avatar is now doing the prachar, spreading it and explaining it. Like that. So one is giving and one is explaining, spreading. And why it happens like that, you know? Because Bhagavan Vishnu said to Bhagavan Shiva, see, you are called as Ashutosh. Ashutosh means one who is easily pleased. Easily pleased. Any little thing will please him. So all these Daitya, Danava, all these Rakshasas, all of it like Ravan and all these people, right? They go to this Lord Shiva and they pray to him and he is easily pleased. They worship him. He becomes easily pleased. And whatever boon they ask him, he says, Tathastu. He says, yeah, okay, so be it. He gives that boon very easily because he is easily pleased. So, now that he gives the boon to Ravan, and he gives the boon to Hiranyakashipu, and gives the boon to Hiranyaksha, and whoever like that, easily, after they get the boon now, they create trouble for everybody. They create trouble for the whole world. And now, Bhagavan Shiva gave the boon. They create trouble for everybody. And now Bhagavan Vishnu have to come and remove them now. So Bhagavan Vishnu came as Ram to remove Ravan. Came as all the different avatars, you know, Bhagavan Vishnu, so Dash avatar, to remove all this Hiranyakashipu and everybody. So now, it means to say, you give me work. Because you give boon easily and you give me work to come and remove these fellows. Now, I will just write the Brahma Sutra. Now you come and do prachar. Like that. I give you back, he give him back some work. Like that. So that thing balances out very, very nicely. So it's here also now, Bhagavan Ved Vyasji is thinking, I have composed this Bhagavatam, who will do prachar? And therefore he says, okay, and now see how nicely the verse is there, right? It says that Shukadev Maharaj came out from the womb and he just walked away. Because Mukta Purusha. He's Mukta means enlightened at birth. By birth he is enlightened. So what he'll stay away? For him the whole world is his family. This is not family here. Mother and father, everybody's family. So he walked away. Now why such a Mukta Purusha will want to do prachar? Why will he want to spread Shastras and all? Mukta Purusha is totally detached from everything. Why would he want to do prachar and spread Shastras? Teach Shastras to the world. So the second line says, Kevalam hyanukampartham. Kevalam hyanukampartham means for only one reason. Mukta Purusha, like our Puja Gurudev, they have only one reason to do any of this type of prachar. That is, Asim Anukampa. Asim Anukampa means their limitless, infinite compassion. There is no other reason. Komala Chitta Ati Dina Dayala, Bhagwan Ram, in Tulsidas he describes, he is Karana Binu Raghunatha Kripa. Without any reason he is compassionate. So this Mahamunim, Shiva Rupam, Vyasa Sutam, Shukam, without any reason, just Asim Anukampa, infinite compassion. There is no other reason to do it. Because a Mukta Purusha has nothing, wants nothing, and he is attached to nothing. So then what will be the reason? So therefore the line says, Kevalam, only one thing is there. There is only one thing that moves a Mahapurush. There is only one thing that moves the great people. And that is compassion. Bhagavan himself tells in Bhagavad Gita about this compassion. Tesham evanukampartham. Only by because of his grace, his compassion only, he does what he does. So here, Kevalam hi anukampartham bhagavata pracharakam. He does this prachar of Bhagavatam. Now he's teaching Bhagavatam to all of us. Only because of his compassion. There is no other reason. But and I'm telling, this is the foundation of Sanatana Dharma. Please see how this Dharma has evolved. This Dharma evolved. And see how it has evolved. It has evolved not because any Rishi wants anything from anybody. A Rishi doesn't want numbers. The Rishi doesn't want devotees. Rishi doesn't want followers. The Rishi doesn't want dakshina. The Rishi wants nothing. And so if a tradition is built like that, where the Rishis who are the harbingers of this tradition want absolutely nothing, that tradition has to be foolproof. And if anybody starts any tradition where he wants something, he wants numbers, he wants popularity, he wants wealth, he wants followers, he wants devotees, if any tradition starts like that, well, the deception has started. The deception has started. So the Rishi, when he is born, the Muni, when he is born, he walked away. And now, out of infinite compassion, when requested by the devotees, oh great sage, you know this Bhagavatam, it was given to you before you were born even. It was given to you, you please give it to us. And a Parivrajaka, Mukta Purusha, Sannyasi, who is walking the world, has no reason to sit anywhere and do anything. He sits out of compassion to give this Bhagavad Puran to all and sundry. And the Bhagavad itself, I told, has now all of these instructions that when in long passages, this is in the Mahatmyam, in long passages. When we come with purity of mind. Forget about all the samsaric things. Leave it alone. All the bickering and quarreling and all the things going on outside, and the politics and this one and backbiting and all the other things which are going on there. Come and take a bath. Take a dip in Bhagavad Mahatmyam, the greatness of the glory of Bhagavad. And let the samsara go. Let it be. Because when you go back, the samsara will still be there, and the bickering and the fighting and the quarrel and all the politics and all the things that are going, they will still be there. So when you come, why not you take a good dip, so that when you go back, you yourself will go back as a refreshed person, and you'll be less tormented by, less afflicted by, less connected to all that which is going on there. It is all Maya Jal only. That's why Shukadev did not want to go out there. Maya Jal, he says. I am not going to go out into that Maya. Maya will catch me by the throat. And Ved Vyasa, see, Vyasa also, in exchange for that son coming out, had to give him mukti. Give him Bhagavad so he'll get mukti. So, when we come, Bhagavad says, come with a nice, clean mind, means a mind which is ready to absorb Bhagavatam and forget the whole samsara. It is said in the Bhagavad itself that this Bhagavad is so precious. It is so precious that if the person comes with a mind that is not conducive to listening to this Bhagavad, two things. One is that Bhagavad should not be told to that person. Bhagavad tells, even Bhagavan, Natapaskaya ityadi, Bhagavan tells in Gita, this Gita should not be told to people, such and such people. Tulsidaji also writes profusely at the end. It should not be told to such and such people, those people who have not made their mind fit for this thing. So it means I should make my mind fit. It is said that when Shukadev decided for the first time, Shukadev Maharaj decided for the, let me just check time. Shukadev Maharaj decided for the first time that he will disseminate, or he will tell this Bhagavatam. The Devatas heard. The Devatas heard about it. And they thought, oh, this Bhagavatam which emanated from the lips of Bhagavan Vishnu himself, which came to Brahmaji, which came to Narad, which came to Ved Vyasi, came to Shukadev. Now, Shukadevji Maharaj is going to tell this thing. The Devatas came there, and Shukadev Maharaj had announced that this Bhagavat is Amrit. Amrit, nectar. This is the story of the ancients. They heard and they thought, oh, we have Amrit, when they churned the ocean and all that. They got Amrit. We have Amrit. So, they came with their pot of Amrit and they told Shukadevji Maharaj, look, we will give you this pot of Amrit. You give us the Amrit of Bhagavat. We will give you, so, because the Amrit of Bhagavat will give mukti. And the Amrit in the pot, which they churn for, they will just get long life. They will live long. And living long life doesn't mean, see, human beings have to think about this. Living a long life doesn't mean living a happy life. People mix up many things in their mind. See, people mix up happy life with rich life, educated life, long life, famous life, all of that. None of these things guarantee any happy life. So, the Amrit gives long life, but the Amrit of Bhagavatam gives mukti. They are two different things. So the devatas want have that amrit of long life. They live a whole kalpa. Like that. So now they came with that amrit in the pot. And they told Shukadevji Maharaj, you please give us the amrit of Bhagavatam. Shukadevji Maharaj said, no. He sent them back. So even the devatas did not get Bhagavatam. He sent them back saying, you devatas, you are only concerned with worldly enjoyments. You are only concerned with materialistic enjoyments, pleasures of the world. That is what devata life is. They are concerned with pleasures of the world. So they go on enjoying, and doing all the wrong things also to enjoy. And so it is said in the story that Shukadevji Maharaj also sent them back with their own amrit and did not give Bhagavatam. So these type of stories are there to tell Bhagavatam. Now, how it starts, how the Bhagavatam starts, I will tell that thing now. Naradji was taking a tour of the earth, this earth. And how it starts means from, what you know is how Parikshit Maharaj got that shrap, and then he goes to look for Shukadev Maharaj to teach this Bhagavat, and it starts like that. So, but we are talking about even more background information. How it started. So it started like this. Naradji was taking a tour, so he went to all the various holy places, Kashi, Varanasi, Vrindavan, Mathura, Ityadi, all the various holy places on the earth he went. And finally, he came to Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, he saw a decrepit, weak, old lady. And next to this lady, he saw two old men sleeping, almost dead. Like in Trinidad, we say half dead, but they were way more than half dead. So Naradji looked at the lady, and the lady looked at him, and quickly her face became bright. This old lady, quickly her face became bright. And she said, "Oh, great sage, you have blessed me with your darshan. You have come in front of me. Your darshan lights up my face and my mind and my heart and everything like that." "Who are you?" Narad asked the old lady. She said, "I am Bhakti Devi." Bhakti Devi means the goddess of devotion. Devotion itself incarnated in human form. I am Bhakti Devi. Oh. And who are these two old men sleeping beside you? Well, this first fellow, he's called as Jnana. And the other one is called as Vairagya. And they are my two sons. Bhagavatam and the symbolism and the teaching in that symbolism is extremely powerful, and it requires a deep study also. So there's a Bhakti Devi and her two sons, Jnana and Vairagya. And now she said that I'm coming from all the way in south, and I came to various places, and I came like this and reached all the way to Vrindavan. And why I have been coming? I have been coming because I am looking for some ilaj, some cure for my two sons. My two sons have become old and weak and almost dead. Jnana and Vairagya have become almost dead. And I am looking for some ilaj for them, some cure. And when I came to Vrindavan, Bhakti Devi, when I came to Vrindavan, I myself started experiencing some rejuvenation, and now I saw you, even more rejuvenation. I started feeling stronger like that. But these two sons of mine, well, nothing. They are still 95% dead. So Naradji, you please help me. Please do something. And Naradji listened to the plight of this old lady and tried every discourse that he knew. Every teaching that he knew, he tried to tell to this Bhakti Devi, and it made no difference. And Naradji also now became disturbed. All my discourses on so many things, this Bhakti did not get, revived, or nothing happened. And his two sons worse. After giving all that knowledge and all which Narad had. Narad then thought, don't worry, I will go in search of a solution to this problem. And Narad goes to Badrinath, Badrika Ashram. Those of you who have been to way north India, you will see the Badrinath Ashram is there, very famous. So one Shiva Dham, Kedarnath, and then one Vishnu Dham, Badrinath. So Narad went to that Vishnu Dham, Badrinath there. And there he met his 4 brothers, mind-born sons of Brahmaji, who are his 4 brothers. These 4, they feature everywhere. They were the ones who gave the shrap to Jai and Vijay to become Ravan and Kumbhakaran. You know all that story, Sanat Kumar. So there in Badrika Ashram, Naradji meets his 4 brothers and they have a long discussion. But the symbolism of this Jnana Vairagya is what is important for us at this stage. What is this Jnana Vairagya? See, first of all, Jnana and Vairagya, they are the product of Bhakti. This is the teaching of Bhagavatam. Product of Bhakti, they are sons of Bhakti. It means if there is no Bhakti, forget about Jnana Vairagya. If there is no Bhakti, forget about Jnana Vairagya. And when Bhakti becomes weak, Jnana Vairagya also becomes weak. And so what is the Bhakti? Bhakti means pure devotion for the Lord. And Jnana means knowledge. And Vairagya means dispassion, detachment. And these 3 are required for our mukti. So the teaching of Bhagavatam is Bhakti is paramount. Jnana Vairagya is product of Bhakti. And if I don't get this Bhakti, I not get any Jnana Vairagya. I don't get any Jnana Vairagya, I don't get any mukti also. Forget it. So very important then is this Bhagavatam and its help in developing in all of us Bhakti, devotion to the Lord. And therefore there are long passages, we'll see now. We have 2 o'clock session, we have evening session and all. Long passages on this development of Bhakti. So now, now it is what time? 9:45. Oh, we have time. Okay. So now, Sanat Kumar and Narada, they meet up in Badrika Ashram. And Narada is also now looking at a loss. He's looking like this. And Sanat Kumar, they're thinking, what is this? We have never seen Narada like this before. Narada goes, Narayan, Narayan, he's all the time jolly, his jolly self. He goes Narayan, Narayan like that. But this time he's looking like he's at a loss. What is the matter with him? So they asked, Sanat Kumar asked. And then Narada explains, well, I met Bhakti Devi. And Bhakti Devi is weak. And her 2 sons almost dead. Jnana Vairagya almost dead. So, I'm looking for some cure for her disease, her problem. I'm looking for some cure. And so, they have a long discussion there. Now, people ask, so then, oh yeah, I should have finished that. How is this Jnana Vairagya dependent on Bhakti? How jnana vairagya is dependent on bhakti? Because anybody can get jnana. You don't have to have bhakti, people say. I just go and study the Shastras. Well, that is not true. Not by any stroke of imagination, that is true. A person who is studying Shastras, please remember this thing, pay attention to this. One who is studying Shastras, he can learn everything by heart. But that is not tantamount to or equivalent to knowing Shastras. If I learn everything by heart, that is not equivalent to knowing Shastra. I mean, not equivalent to the acquisition of jnana. Because by jnana, by knowledge, one realizes one's own self. And if I have memorized the Shastras, that doesn't guarantee knowing oneself. So what is required then is I have to have great love for that knowledge, great love for the teacher who disseminates that knowledge, great love for the goal which is indicated by that knowledge. The goal is mukti. So if I do not have great love for mukti, great love for the teacher, and great love for the Shastra which has that knowledge about that mukti. So love is the first thing that is required. Otherwise, when we go to university and we get knowledge, what is there? There is no love for any teacher or any Shastra or any professor or nothing. People actually protest against the professor many times. There is no love for any of that knowledge. There is no love for that professor. There is no love for that university. What they love for? The money I will make after I get this degree. Is it correct or not? That is the driving force. And when I get this degree, I have something behind my name. First of all, there will be some recognition. So the love for that recognition. Then, from that recognition, I will get a good. There is no love for knowledge and not for professor and university and all. There is love for money. In the very same way, a person can get all the knowledge of the Shastras, but if he doesn't have real love for Shastra, and that's why we did the Pothi Yatra. The Pothi Yatra is that Shastra is equated with Bhagwan, with the Lord Himself, not just any book. So now when we elevate the Shastra to the level of Bhagwan, the possibility of developing love for that Shastra now becomes greater, isn't it? So, love for that Shastra. Now see, everything is love, love, love. Love for the Shastra, love for the teacher who disseminates that knowledge. How the Devatas came down there to this most elevated teacher called Shukadevji Maharaj. They came there to beg knowledge from that teacher. So, and they brought Amrit in exchange. So, love for that teacher, love for that Shastra, love for that knowledge, and love for Mukti. Because Brahma Janati, Brahma eva bhavati. The one who knows the knowledge of the Shastra, which is Brahma, he becomes Brahma. So, love for Mukti. It is an amazing thing. One fellow, he said, "Oh Lord, Prabhu, please give me 10 million. He's telling like that. Prabhu, please give me, he's looking up. Please give me 10 million. When I come up there, I will return it. Then he heard a voice coming from the top. That voice said, Beta, don't worry, the 10 million is ready here. Come up, you will get it. He forget the praise and gone back home. Greater, but they don't want to give up what is lower. We want something higher, but we don't want to give up what is lower. Please see this. This lesson is taught even when you're climbing a stairway. You cannot go to the higher rung or the higher level of the stairway if you do not give up the lower level. If I do not give up the lower desires, lower things in this world, there is no such thing as mukti. So love for mukti, love for the highest state. That's called Turiya, Chaturtha Avastha. I have to have that's why we have the word strong in Sanskrit. That is called as mumukshutvam, a deep desire. I give up every other desire in this world, but I keep that desire for mukti. So we have to have a great love for that. I want that thing and nothing else. So now this love, bhakti then, is really the cause for acquiring gyan, because I will just have book knowledge and I will not acquire any real gyan. And I have to have love, devotion for Shastra, Guru, for Sampradaya, for all of these things, for Mukti. Then only I can develop Vairagya. I will not be able to develop Vairagya. So that Vairagya is dependent also on this love. Like this. What we'll have? Pseudo Vairagya. Pseudo Vairagya. You know what is pseudo Vairagya? That is called as Smashan Vairagya. Smashan Vairagya means when we go to the Smashan, the Waterloo. Waterloo, you know? When we go to Waterloo and we see people burning there, quickly we develop Vairagya. Oh God, one of these days that will be me. Eh? One of these days it will be me lying there. And then quickly we develop some Vairagya and all. And when we come back outside in the parking lot, they demand selling snow cone. We forget about all Vairagya and all gone. Right there in the parking lot, demand selling snow cone. So it's called Smashan Vairagya, means temporary, you know. But true Vairagya is when I really detach from things in this world, because I have a great love for something which is higher. So that devotion to that, love for that, which is higher. Right? So like that, really speaking, what started that, where the Bhakti Devi is incarnate there, and her two sons incarnate, Jnana, Vairagya. So they are a product of this mother. It's about this mother. Maharaj now in this discussion with his brothers, they tell, and it's there the ones, Are Narad, you went looking everywhere for solution to help this Bhakti Devi. You already know the whole solution. You're just not thinking. And it is this Sanat Kumar who told Narad, you have to go there, and to this Bhakti Devi, you tell the whole Bhagavat. To revive Bhakti, to rejuvenate Bhakti, to make Bhakti grow, to make devotion blossom. This devotee has to hear Bhagavatam. Devotee has to sit down and listen to Bhagavatam. And just the Bhagavat itself says, just by listening also, the Ramayana says also, just by listening. This listening alone is enough. So, Bhagavata Shravanam. Listening alone will do the whole trick. Right. So now Naraji comes back and starts telling Bhagavatam to Bhakti Devi. And just by his words, as his words were emanating, he saw Bhakti Devi started becoming rejuvenated. Like that the story goes. Now, it is this Bhagavatam which Naradji gave later to Ved Vyasji. Ved Vyasji gave to his son, and his son Shukadevji Maharaj gave to Parikshit. And how that unfolds now, I'll just tell you, and then we'll, because this is all the introduction part. In the great Naimisharanya you may not be knowing, Naimisharanya is a place which is just outside Lucknow, just between Lucknow and Ayodhya, just a little bit to the west, a little bit there. There's a place called Naimisharanya, which is very close to the Gomti Nadi. In that Naimisharanya, 88,000 rishis were doing a yajna. And those 88,000 rishis wanted to go to Swarga. So they were doing a great big yajna sacrifice to go to Swarga. And Sut ji came to that Naimisharanya. Sut ji was the son of another great Lomaharshana Rishi. Sut ji came there, and all these rishis, among them there was one Shaunaka Rishi. He told Sut ji, oh please you tell us this Bhagavatam. So now Sut ji started telling Bhagavatam to all of these rishis, 88,000 of them, and Sut ji tells that he heard this from Shukadev ji Maharaj, and Shukadev ji Maharaj was telling it to Parikshit Maharaj. So now this, who is telling to who? Another? See, now let me tell you that how this is going now. Sut ji is telling to all of these rishis in Naimisharanya. And he's telling, I heard it from Shukadev ji Maharaj, when Shukadev ji Maharaj was telling it to Parikshit. Because Parikshit had come searching for Shukadev Maharaj to tell him this in 7 days. And of course, the rest I told you before. Shukadev just got it from his father, Vedvyaji. Vedvyaji had got it from Narad. Narad got it from his father, Brahmaji. Brahmaji had gotten it from Bhagavan Vishnu himself. So it's a whole line of, look here, this is not anything far-fetched or anything complex. How are we hearing it today? Because we heard it from some teacher also, isn't it? And for them, it is only 4 people. For us, whole big lineage, and that's how we have it today. So, the whole story you'll see starts in Naimisharanya, really. Sut ji is relating what he had heard from Shukadev ji. And that whole story. And Sut ji happens to be telling in Naimisharanya, and why they ended up in Naimisharanya also? Naimisharanya, it is said that Bhagwan Brahmaji had told the rishis, well, they wanted a place to do sadhana. So they went to Bhagwan Brahmaji. Brahmaji said, okay, he gave them a revolving disc like this. He said, follow this disc, and wherever it stops, there you do your sadhana. And that disc stopped in this Naimisharanya, in this place. You can still go there and visit now. Yeah? It's a pilgrimage spot. I mean, so many people go there in Naimisharanya. So Naimisharanya, Nimisha means in the blink of an eye. Nimisha literally means in the blink of an eye. It is said that if one goes there and does tapas, in the blink of an eye, all his ajnan will go away. That's why the rishis all came there. They didn't go somewhere else to do tapas and do sadhana, spiritual practice and all. And this, look here, this is not anything also, you should not think these are all far-fetched things. Isn't it true that you will get more peace of mind if you sit in a temple and meditate than if you sit in the, what do you call that? The priority bus route by the bus stop. You go in priority bus route by the bus stop and you sit there and try to meditate. You'll get peace of mind or what? No. But I go and sit in some nice, quiet, clean temple somewhere, some ashram, then one will certainly get peace of mind very fast. So place, sthana, what we call desha, space. Space can become charged by different types of vibrations and frequencies. That is a real thing. So Naimisharanya, because the disc of Brahmaji stopped there, it charged the space with a different frequency. So that in a moment, if one sits and brings the mind to that state, to that resolve to do tapas, the durgunas of the mind get removed quickly. So all 88,000 sages had come there. And Sut ji, who was in the habit of There's another thing. Sudji's guru would be Shukadevji Maharaj. And so Sudji is doing what the guru was doing. Because the guru was the incarnation of Lord Shiva, means Shukadevji Maharaj was the incarnation of Lord Shiva, summoned by Ved Vyasji, who was the author, and he was summoned only to go and do prachar, to go and spread the knowledge. And so since Sudji's guru is engaged in spreading the knowledge, what Sudji will do? Engage only in spreading the knowledge. So Sudji now went from place to place spreading this knowledge, and now when he reached there in Naimisharanya, these rishis told him, oh, this is just like, very much like Ramayana, when the great Bharadwaj Muni comes to the ashram of Yajnavalkya. Although he already knows Ram Katha, he tells Yajnavalkya, oh great sage, please tell Ram Katha. So here these rishis, and Shaunaka Rishi also, even though he already knows this Bhagavad, he tells to Sudji, please tell Bhagavad. Because the Rishi will already have the knowledge. Please tell Bhagavatam. And Sudji starts relating the whole Bhagavatam. And it is Sudji who told that the great Parikshit Maharaj had done such and such thing, and he had acquired this curse, and when he realized that he was going to die in 7 days, and he came to Sri Shukadevji Maharaj asking for this knowledge so that he'll get mukti before the 7 days is over, like that. So this is the whole big introduction to Bhagavad Purana. And in the afternoon session, we'll continue now, we'll see how this Parikshit Maharaj got this shrap and what happened in that whole thing. All right, now I know there's a lot of stories and a lot of information and a lot of things, but this is Shastras. This is scriptures. And we told the Bhagavad itself, you just listen. The Bhagavad tells, Tulsidaji, you know Tulsidaji says? Just listening to Ramcharitmanas, Sunata Shravana Paya Bishram. Sunata Shravan. Shraddha Sahit, of course. With Shraddha. Don't worry. See, what better thing you will have to do on a Sunday morning? Go Marcus and make cook or what? What it will bring? It will bring nothing. So come, sit down, listen to Bhagavad Katha. Okay. All right. So we will see this in the afternoon session. Right. So now we will have the final Havan. And in the meantime, we'll have a bhajan. And after that, we will have Aarti. Okay. This is our 75th day of Chinmay Mission, and we're having celebrations all over the world. And this mission is only what it is because of the blessings of our great Puja Gurudev. We'll have his bhajan, remembering Puja Gurudev. Guru Charanana Manalaga Lagare. सोया पड़ा मन,
जन्म जन्म का सोया पड़ा
जन्म जन्म का सोया पड़ा मन,
जन्म जन्म का सोया पड़ा मन।
शब्द सुनत अब जागा जागा रे, शब्द सुनत अब जागा, गुरु चरणन मन लागा लागा रे, गुरु चरणन मन लागा,
गुरु चरणन मन लागा।
साधन कुटुंब का बंधन,
माता पिता
धन
माता पिता कुटुंब बंधन।
दूता जो कच्छा धागा धागा रे, दूता लागा रे, गुरु चरणन मन लागा,
गुरु चरणन मन लागा लागा रे, गुरु चरणन मन लागा।
बहुत कृपा करी गुरु सर्वोपरि,
बहुत कृपा करी गुरु सर्वोपरि,
बहुत कृपा करी गुरु सर्वोपरि,
बहुत कृपा करी गुरु सर्वोपरि।
मोह महान
महान श्री भागा भागा रे,
मोह महानिषि भागा, गुरु चरणन मन लागा लागा रे, गुरु चरणन मन लागा,
गुरु चरणन मन लागा।
गुरु मार्ग नित चलत चलत चित,
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 गुरु पद निधि पाया रे पाया रे,
गुरु पद निधि पाया रे पाया रे,
आनंद निज उमराया आया रे,
आनंद निज उमराया आया रे,
आनंद निज उमराया, गुरु चरणन मन ला लागा रे गुरु चरणन मन लागा।
गुरु चरणन मन लागा, लागा रे गुरु चरणन मन लागा।
लागा रे गुरु चरणन मन लागा। लागा रे गुरु चरणन मन लागा। लागा रे गुरु चरणन मन लागा। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। आरती के लिए सब खड़े हो जाइए। पूर्णमुदच्यते जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय
भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला। नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला। नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
हरि गान यही वरदान यही।
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 जग के मंगल की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय
भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला। हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत सबों को मिटाने वाला। हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
ये सुख करनी ये दुख हरनी।
ये सुख करनी ये दुख हरनी।
ये मधुसूदन की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती।
सरहंद को सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
प्रभु की महिमा की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती, जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती,
जय जय
भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती,
जय जय भागवत
भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती,
जय
भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं, मंगलाय तनो हरि।
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं, मंगलाय तनो हरि। मंगलाय तनो हरि, मंगलाय तनो हरि।
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम तत्सत। प्लीज ऑल सिट। Before we end, there are a couple of things I have to tell you. One is, we have the most senior Pandit in Trinidad with us here today. Pandit Parasramji has joined us and blessed this yajna with his presence. But I think we cannot go without getting some of his Amrit Vani also on this occasion. This is our inaugural day, and the blessings of our seniors and the blessings of our elders are of absolute importance. So I ask Ramji, Panditji to say a few words and bless us all.
Swamiji, devotees, ladies and gentlemen, you see, every time I go where puja is being done to Krishna, it brings me back to my childhood days. As soon as I had some sense, My family always had cows. And until 2 years ago, I also had cows.
Yes.
And there is a beautiful thing that you hear in the opening part. Krishna, liye lakutiya haath, gayan ke pache firta, ग्वाल बाल लिए सा मोर मुकुट सिर पर धरे. Most of you understand what that does mean. But the only thing that bothers me, you see, in India, some parts of the year, it's all brown. But in Trinidad, 12 months of the year, it is all green. Endless grass. So much grass that you ask, why is it the government not cutting the grass? But how can I bring back Krishna in my life? One, by singing bhajan, and two, by bringing back the cows.
Wow.
You see, I am 88. I am ready to still mine. But my family now is saying, well, Daddy, you get too old. But you young generation, it doesn't take the whole of time and hard work to keep a cow. And when you sit by that cow and you see Krishna, he is right there by the cow. And when, of course, you bathe the cow and you wash the tail, you can do tarpan to all your ancestors and the rishis. But we only want to do this in Kaudan. But you could do that every day. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I have no doubt that whatever has been written in that book and in the Vedic text, just to bring you back to some of your mathematical head, a yuga is 12,000 years. Sahas is 1,000. And a yojan is 8 miles. Work out how far from here to the sun. Tulsidas, some 400-500 years ago, had done this. How did he do it? It's the revelation from on top that gives. So 12,030, 1,020, that's 12 million. 12 million by 8, 96 million miles from here to the sun. I'm sure some of you might say, Pandit teaching me mathematics. I teach you mathematics. You learn that in primary school. So, Swamiji, I am happy that the discourse didn't go too long, because normally at this age, due to something called serotonin, we like to take a little dose off. And so if it gets too lengthy, you have to fight to keep awake. When you reach my age, you will know what I'm talking about. So let us ask Bhagavan Krishna to bless all of you. Krishnaya Vasudevai Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraye Govindaye Namo Nama. How beautiful. These couplets, written by our saints and intelligent, when you chant them, you just feel you get carried away. And of course, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna is now worldwide. And although in Trinidad we feel shy to get up and dance in the
I want to tell one more announcement before we go off to have something in our kshetra. At the time of the Aarti, at the end when we are doing Aarti, everybody is welcome to do Aarti. Anybody who sits, you don't have to do puja to do Aarti. You can come and also do Aarti. We'll keep some extra thali here. And anybody who is from the audience also, you're most welcome to come and do Aarti that time. Okay? All right. Please tell your neighbors and friends and everybody to come out and join in the afternoon session from 2 to 4 and night from 7 to 9. And there will be dinner in the evening as well. Right now also there will be something for everybody. Please don't leave without having something on this side. Okay? Okay. Thank you very much, Paniramji and all the devotees. And our Sri Ravi Bharati ji, you came here at 5:30 in the morning to do puja, to inaugurate this whole yajna and all. We have to. Very dedicated and steadfast in his work. Thank you to Sri Ravi Bharati ji. All right. Now, you all may not know, those of you who have not been seeing, but there are so many sevaks and sevikas who have been working here for the last 2 weeks, getting everything ready, putting up pandal. When you go to the Nakshetra just now, you'll see how they decorated so nicely. Balaram and Lolita and all the crew that came there to decorate, and they brought back the old style of that paper cutting and all that, which I have not seen in donkey years. And they were so well ably guided by Bihariji and Ashokji and so many sevaks and sevikas coming out. I was not privy to most of it because I was out, but they did such a nice job. When you go now, you could appreciate their work and have some lunch, and we'll see a little bit later. Okay? All right. Hari Om. Hari Om.